I'm back, but before I go ahead, let me just give you a thank you. A big thank you for all your support, for all your feedbacks. Positive, of course, yes, I take them as positive. That's why a feedback and not a criticism. Through me, I want to thank everyone who have been supportive all the while. Please do so further. Thank you so much. Coming to the video, we have set of 6 vocabularies today for you. My ways of teaching or my ways of sharing has always been the ways what I felt was easy enough to be shared. That's why these videos. Coming to the very first word today, and that is flippant. The word flippant, let me bring out the portion of the word as FLIP. Flip here refers to turn over, the tendency of turning over mentally. That means, in other ways, someone's decision is not stable. They cannot take better decisions. They are not stable enough. So that's where a word flip, when associated into a character portrait or attributing it to a person, that is where I would probably talk of a person who is showing inappropriate levity. When I talk about the word levity, I am referring to the word as levitation. Most of you might have seen the magicians who basically levitate themselves. By the ways, levitation can be considered as an opposition or an opposite word to gravity. Gravity has a pull. Levitation doesn't work out on the force. That's why something is suspended in the air. That is what is understood as levity. Also, levity is considered as lightness of mind. Let me put it into a sentence for your convenience. If I would probably use a levity to be understood into a meaning through a sentence, it could be, after taking my exams, I felt levitated. That means I felt light. Or just took my exams, I am levitated. That is how you can probably take it. But when I refer to levitation, I am referring it to light-mindedness of a person who at an inappropriate place amongst people shouts out or is witty enough to crack a joke, which could probably backfire. That's where flippant as a word sits with a person or attributes to a person where into an inappropriate situation they crack a joke. That is not wanted. That's why they are considered as a flip. Something upside down. Decisions. That's how it goes. So that was flippant. The next word, lacerate. Now if I had to work it out on the mnemonics, since we are all Indians here and I'm catering to my Indian audience, I'd probably bring in a tinge of the language which is our mother tongue, that is Hindi. Our first language is Hindi here. So when I talk about it, I'd probably break this word lacerate as laker 8. Now when I talk about laker 8, I would rather first want you to understand 8 is the past tense of eat. That's perfect. But when I had to symbolize it, I'd probably work it out in two mannerisms. The first is obviously the consumption, the physical aspect of eating as consuming. The second aspect, what we all here in India understand with eat, is lashing out or being angry at. If I had to put it in this ways for your convenience, it would rather be as the boss literally ate the employee as he was furious or as she was furious. So based on the furiousness of an individual as a boss, the boss lashed out at someone. So lashing out is another way as meaning, giving it a meaning to the expression of being angry. So that's where when I have lacerate as laker 8, it's not exactly referring to consuming. It refers to bringing or took someone and lashed out at them. That's where it is understood as being angry at someone in a way. So here the meaning talks about as lash out, and when we talk about lash, we probably talk about as one word is strike or maybe whipping or maybe something as chucked out in easy ways, being angry at someone. That's what is the meaning of it. So mnemonically what we did was laker 8 works out as something we took and we consumed. But here I am not referring to the word as consumption as 8. I am referring to the word as expression. So this is a symbolism. So the word ate or eaten or eat refers to the symbolism of being angry too. So that's how we could probably work out on lacerate as lashed out on. Okay, next is inviolate. Let's concentrate on the word violate. So when I have this particular word, I'm sorry, this is not working. Well, when I have this particular word inviolate, I would rather stick on to violate. All of us are aware of the word violation. That means breaking of law. When I talk about breaking, there is one more word which basically refers to as in violation. So when I refer to the word in violation, I am referring to the word as something which cannot be broken. Here it talks as must be kept sacred. Something which is sacred to every one of us. We don't buzz an inch, or the rules to keep it sacred are never broken. That's where violate with in addition to in refers to not to be broken. I'm sure that was easy for you. Just work it out and help yourself build up on your sentences in English. The next word, crestfallen. The word crest here has to be highlighted. If I had to work out on crestfallen, I know for sure that crest refers to the top of a mountain and then the top falls down. That's how as easy it is, or it could be, to refer to as crestfallen. But when I talk about it in other ways or in the symbolism of human thought process or logical thinking, I always keep my heart. Every one of us keeps our heart the highest when we talk about emotions. So when we refer to emotions, we keep this particular heart and on the top of it. And when the heart falls down, obviously there is the heart fell. That means it was broken in a way. So that's where I refer to crest as my heart, emotionally symbolizing it to it. And then when I refer to fallen, I talk about that it was broken. So that's where crestfallen happens to be heartbroken. It could be as easy as that to remember. So that's where I was crestfallen to see that so much of amount just got wasted, funded, or probably given out to people was just wasted. I was crestfallen to see that people do not take lives seriously. That's how you can probably work it out. Okay, the next word here is magisterial. Your Majesty? Yes, correct. You got me right. We refer it to the kings and the queens, right? So, magisterial, imperial are two words which basically refer to the royalties. Yes, magisterial, imperial, associated to kings. Of course, the highest in command. Of course, in other ways, boss. That's where if someone is being bossy around you, maybe your friend, maybe any relative of yours, that's where you would rather say, why are you being bossy? In other ways, why are you pretending to be magisterial? Just relax. All of us can gel well. That's where magisterial, or don't you think so that you're doing or going too imperial on us? That's how you can work it out in sentences. So these words can make your sentences more refined, based on which your vocabulary, usage of vocabulary can be well worth. Alright, so one word was bossy and the other word is lordy. My lord, your lordship, that's how you probably address to someone who's higher than. That's where all these words, imperial, magisterial, lordy, are some royalty words, but they basically refer to boss or bossing around. That's where someone who is overbearing, overboarding on others. Last word, excoriate. Now let me bring it this way. The meaning of the word excoriate means disapproving, dejecting in a way. To be very frank about it, I took this word mnemonically in the ways of Hindi, with the usage of Hindi and English. So what I did was mnemonically I worked it out on X, as in our exes refers to the ex affairs or ex in our lives. So when I talk about excoriate, I refer it as excoriate karo. In a way, rate your exes. And I'm sure if people, those who have had a bad experience with their so-called ex, they would probably refrain to rate them. That's why they would probably come and settle down with their disapproval. That's how excoriate refers to disapproving of the ex. That was mnemonic. But when we talk about excoriate, I am referring to something which is disapproved or dejected or write out, rejected, striked out in a way. So that's where if I had to work out on excoriate, I'd probably think mnemonically this way and settle down with the meaning as approval. So, well, these are our 6 words for the day. I hope you enjoyed it and have learned enough. Give me all your. I I'm so sorry. I would need all your support as you have been giving it out till now. I would like to reach out to people and make their dictions, make their usage of vocabulary more stronger. Thank you for one more video of mine. Here it goes to you. Bye bye.